Can you see my screen again?
Yep.
Okay, we go. Well, a useful tool for our chess in schools project. This is an old idea, not very old, but this was the first yearly 2007 when we started to think on this need. And we create in 3 years Victor Cesar. The essential idea is to have an online help tool for learning the game of chess from the basics, really from scratch. Because in Italy, I don't know, we are Italians, we are talking about our reality, is that the most of the pupils in 2010, if you go into the houses, you go to schools, when you meet pupils of 8 years or 7 years old, normally they don't know the rules of chess. Is probably the 5%. Maybe they have the grandfather or the father that teach chess, or maybe they know chess in family, but the most of them was not like that. If you don't use a program that is able to provide you the information you need to understand chess and to make practice on that, to be interactive, I mean, that is able to give you this information, but you need to read, you need to focus in two parts of the screen, because from one side you are playing, on the other side you have to read the information that you need to play. You are not going well, because pupils, they maybe they understand, but they spend a lot of time reading things, and they don't go easy on into the game, and mostly they don't read because they don't know to read. When they are 5 or 6, maybe is too difficult. Maybe they have not the skills for the computer too. So the idea of Victor Cesar's is to use just one focus, which means you have the information hearing. With your hair, you can listen to the victor that is talking to you, and meanwhile you can practice, you can do your games. In this, when you go on like this, it's very easy for you. And our final goal is, of course, is not to stay online, to work just on Victor Cesar's. Our goal is to play chess in school, on the desk, in classroom. We want that pupils, they meet each other, not to remain alone on the web. Of course, this can be useful, can be done at home, can be done because you have time in school, you have a nice computer room, but normally we want to play in classroom. It's very easy. Of course, this is a non-profit project. We spent so far, I think, around 80,000 euro because of the languages. But every time we work on it is because we have a financial project. This is not a company for profit. We have not investor in that. As you will see, is very cheap. Normally, we use it in big projects because it's helpful for any kind of project you want to do in chess and schools. Only 3 rooms, lessons, games, and final tests. Only the lesson room is passive. The other 2 are interactive, so you have to be interactive. We use mini games. This was one of the first sites in the world using mini games. I mean, in 2009, because it's very important to have these mini games to slowly get to the full game with all the pieces, but in time, you have step by step, you arrive there. We have 12 levels. On each level, of course, you change the topics, you change the games. If you reach the next level, everything change. You cannot lose points. This is important for some kind of kids. If you are really wrong, you take 0, but not -1, -2, or -10. And basically, nobody has to be left behind. We need to include all the pupils in the activity in chess. And this means that using the web, you have a good possibility to do that, also because on the web, everyone has to go in his own speed. If you need a few minutes to understand one thing, it's okay for you. If you need 15 minutes, you have to repeat. You can go slowly. At the end, you will arrive, because normally in the classroom, the problem is that the teacher has to have, on average, the same time for the whole class, and who is smart, maybe he is boring because he has to wait the rest of the classroom, or who is weak in something has to be stressed because we have to go on with the program. And this is not good. It's good when you can go on your real natural speed in learning. And on the web, this is possible. This is a big difference we have. And basically, this is what I really love of this work, is that we included Vito Cesauso in 4 researches so far, and is actually included in other 2 research. Could be strange if you think on that. Why we included this system? Well, basically I started to do research in Italy in 2005. We have seen many conference. Also, I mean, in London for many years, I've been there. Internationally, is quite clear for everybody that you need 30 hours of chess activity. We worked a lot in 15 research in 15 years, really, on the increment, the develop of the logical mathematical skills in children. We need 30 hours to do that. To say that after 30 hours you are playing chess in school, at least if you are okay, if the program is good, sometimes cannot be good, you don't know. But we had many times the scientific results in terms of the increment was significant. But you need 30 hours at least. You cannot say, chess is good for logical mathematical skills, working only 10 hours. You are wrong if you say this to your schools. Nobody showed that it's possible to say chess is good for logical mathematical skills, working 10 hours per year in school. No, you need 30, at least 30. This is clear for everybody. So why we use Victor? Because if you have to go for 30 hours in school, you have 2 kind of problems. The first is that the school don't give you 30 hours. If you are an external expert, it's difficult to go for 30 hours in classroom. Normally you can work 10 or 15. I think in primary, I'm talking basically on primary school in this moment. Second, you are expensive for them, because 30 hours is the double of 15 hours. So mostly, sometimes the schools, they can pay you for 30, 40. I saw 60 hours per year in my life too. But it's only few times, maybe the 1% of the time of the occasion you have to enter the school are for 60 or 30 hours. On average, the 95% you can work 10, 15 hours. So we need, Victor, to conclude the 30 hours because they can go home. They can have, I mean, the pupils, the children, they can have this kind of homework. They go home, they work for 15 hours during the year or in 2 months. Sometimes they can spend 60 hours playing in 3 or 4 months. You can check what they do. And what we did was at first to see that using Victor's house for 15 hours and having the external expert for 15 hours in classroom, we did 2 research on that blended approach, and 2 times we had significant results in learning and in developing the mathematical logical skills in children in the experimental groups. Of course, you need experimental groups, you need control groups, and we tested this also. You can find it online. It is very easy to find. These 2 research, normally we were working about 700 pupils in each. So it was quite a good research done by Professor Trinchero from the University of Turin. So we were happy for that because school, of course, they can save money and they can work easily in this blended mode. And also is very useful in teacher training because when you have to train teachers like in Italy or in Spain, I'm sure, the 99% of them, they don't know the rules of chess. And if you show them this tool, they play, they have fun really, and they learn the basic rules in few hours. And then, of course, we have the manual that is connected, dedicated to teachers. We have in 4 languages because Victor Chess is actually in English, German, Spanish, and Italian. And also the manual that is an open source is in 4 languages. So a teacher can easily show chess and start a program in classroom with his or her pupils during school time, using a part of the web, using chess, normal chess into the classroom with on the desk, I mean, and using the manual, starting with the chessboard, then the king, then the rook, and so on, in 15 lessons, 10 or 15 lessons. It depends on how much he want to work. You can start with chess in your classroom. You don't need any more information because this is produced by CASTLE program. The CASTLE project has been done from 2014 to 17, financed by the Erasmus program. We work with teachers directly, and in 3 years we developed many tools, many curriculums. One is based on this blended mode, and so all this work came basically from that project because we tested. We saw that the teachers, they can really work by themselves in giving chess if you give them easy tools, and this was very easy for them. And also we had the results in learning. We tested also how the pupils were able to understand chess thanks to the teachers, and was very, very okay. And we have been recognized for that, but you will see. First, just to take a break by myself, Luis Blasco is with us. We realized it together, CASTLE. You were the coordinator in Spain. I was the general coordinator. Please, Luis, what do you think about this tool and how it is going in Spain? Are you still using, I saw?
Yes, good morning to all. Thank you, Alessandro. Well, I think that Victor Chess House is a very useful tool, mainly for kindergarten and first, second primary school. At least we tested this. Maybe for 3rd, 4th grade is okay yet, but for more bigger it's difficult to maintain the attention because the kids want a stronger opponent, no? But for these ages, the program is perfect. We use mainly two in our classes about chess with hyperactivity kids, ADHD, and special needings. No, we have a special program, and we are using the program with them to try to work online and to be active with this. No, it's very important to give something funny to the kids and something adapted to his age. No, we all know another chess platforms for adults, but I think they are not okay for kids. No, we need something to give to the kids properly to his age, and the environment with gifts, with screens, with a cat speaking is very good to be adapted for the kids. No, in Spain, the voice of the cat is very famous. Is made by a very famous journalist in Madrid. So all the kids, at least in our village, know who is. And for them, it's very funny to play. The idea is try to progress with the program at his own rhythm, not be quick if you are not so good, and you can go more quickly if you are deeply and you are a best, maybe a best player and you have more time. No, depends the time you spend on the application. No, the idea is that the kids must practice all the time. They can see the lessons, and of course to do the exercises. If you look at the exercises, you will look something very important. They are not only playing chess. No, they have exercises to calculate the way to arrive to a point. Then you must calculate the best way to arrive to this to the same point. And in sometimes you can play with another people in the application. At the end, you have always the option to play another human, because it's the best option to the kids. No, to play against humans and not play against the machine all the time. No? For example, in Spain, we have separated colors for teachers. In Spain, Platino and Gold are teachers and the other are kids. So when you are playing with them, you know if it's a teacher or if it's a pupil. And very important now in the era of the data protection. If you play with another kid, you can't speak with him. You are not allowed to use the camera. You don't have any chat, and you don't know any special data of the kid. If you see, you will see later.
We can show guys this.
Yes, of course.
Okay, because yes, of course, it's possible to see a demo. Or now we will show you, just because we have the video and we can share. Well, so can I go on? And then we start with some showing something.
Okay.
Features is, of course, it is free for every teacher in the world. You can ask, you will see the email where you can ask it and you can try to use it. Also the PDF, sorry, is easily downloading, or we will send it by email if you ask it. Of course, you can provide results on what your pupils are doing. We have a database that register all the actions they did, the points, the time they have been working or playing. Currently is not correct to say is in Flash, because the JavaScript is finished. So we have the platform in JavaScript. We are just testing in these days. In 10 days, we will have the Java version, because Flash, as you know, is in troubles. The level 2 is already done thanks to Castle, and will be put later on in JavaScript. And so during 2021, we will have 2 levels working. The schools are basically paying €6 per child per year. This is very cheap. Also because we don't have this business in mind. We want to just give it to help chess schools. But of course, if you have 5,000 pupils playing, you need to pay someone because you have to take care of the registrations, the maybe troubles and the name and so on. So it's a work. And I can say that probably is the only site or one of the few sites you find where you can play each other. You can challenge someone online using mini games, not the complete game. And second, what I told you before, the single focus, because it's very important. More they are young, better is to give them one focus, not two focus. And also because my daughter, but not because it's my daughter, she learned to play chess with Victor when she was 5. Was not necessary to be able to read. Only her hearing or only trying, you can go on easily. You don't need to read. And finally, I want to repeat myself. Victor Chesshouse is part of the Castle Erasmus method that obtaining, and thanks to also to Victor, we obtained a recognition from the European Union as such a story in 2019. And this award has been given only to 600 projects so far, compared to around 160,000 granted by Erasmus, so only 600. And the only one that has been recognized as such a story project based entirely on the pedagogical use of chess in schools is Castle so far. So it's very important for us to say this, because you can also understand that when you work on this project, not for business purposes, spending money in the years, helping teachers in learning and in training their kids, and making, playing thousands and thousands of pupils so far. I think in 10 years we had, I don't know, but around 50,000 pupils playing. Is good, is what we were working for. Now I want to share with you, of course, if you need the manual, if you need the free account, you just write to info@alfierebianco.com, or also to the Luis email if you are in Spain, maybe, because I know that Luis Blasco is giving these accounts also by himself in Spain. Now, I show you the video where it's 2 minutes video for our produced by the European Commission, directly by them, put into the web site, but the European Commission web channel. Wait a second. Okay. I hope you can see. If any problem, please someone tell me that.
Play is an important part of individuals' development. In games, children can enhance important skills in a fun way, such as logical reasoning, problem solving, empathy, concentration, and collaboration. The EU co-funded project CASTLE, short for A Chess Curriculum to Advance Students' Thinking and Learning Skills in Primary Education, aimed to use chess as a pedagogical tool in primary school. 8 partners from 3 different countries collaborated on this project between 2014 and 2017. Over the course of 3 years, they interacted with and trained 45 primary school teachers and their respective classes from grade 1 to 5 in the participating countries. The giant chessboard was the starting point for creating an engaging and safe space. Through storytelling, it became a magical experience for the pupils, acting as a bridge between reality and their imaginations. Games on the giant chessboard foster the pupils' sensory motor capacity while they actively use their problem-solving skills to complete different tasks as part of the game. With collaboration being an essential element, they also develop social skills. This experience paved the way for the pupils to play on regular chessboards in classrooms and online via the project's own child-friendly chess website. Independent evaluation identified positive results. Higher self-esteem with the pupils, a positive atmosphere in the classroom, as well as improvements in peer collaboration and multi-skill development. These outcomes have, among other things, led to the World Chess Federation, the European Chess Union, and the Italian Chess Federation promoting CASTLE at international level and officially incorporating its elements in their training program for teachers. Open source pedagogical handbooks and video tutorials are available online to further disseminate CASTLE's results so that more children and teachers can benefit from these playful yet multidimensional learning experiences.
Well, this is what I like more. Well, now I show you Victor Chess. If any question, please feel free.
I'm just trying to pin your video so I can only see the game.
Someone is talking.
So white has played his knight to e4. Black has played his knight to e4 by Saksham. Knight moves to c5.
Alessandro, maybe the video.
Yes. I don't find how to stop it.
Right now.
Wait a second. Sorry. Okay.
I do it all the time, no problem.
Close the browser.
Yeah.
No, now I want to show. Can you see? Can you see? No.
Not yet.
No.
Wait a second. Sorry. I have to shut this. One second. Okay. I hope now it's okay.
Yep.
Well, if any questions, but now if nobody has question and terms that I told you before, you can just raise your hand or you can open the video, you can start talking, no problem. We are here also for that, so feel free to have a question. And any case, I'm going on. So what is this? This is one of the mini games. I want to show you how is a gradual process to learning for pupils. Imagine that you have a 6 years old pupil that is not so talented for chess, or maybe they is not what he want to do, because schools normally they are asking to have chess, but you are not sure that every child were asking, please give me chess. So sometimes they find it, but they don't know if they want to play. They don't understand, maybe. Some pupils are very weak in some part of logic mathematical skills. And normally when you work in research, you must know that what is the result that you need is on average, the whole class is giving you or not a good results in terms of results in the pre-test and basically in the post-test. So you start with this really easy game. You have to move and just to see where, okay, but we can make Victor talking
Try
about.
moving the bishops and you'll see the squares they can move to light up.
And this is then second game. little bit more difficult, not really difficult, but you need to, sorry, today I have
Take
no
all
download.
the flags using your 2 bishops.
You start to collocate your moves and you connect with the flags. We use flags. That is a very easy mini game. Why this? Because they try simply, and they can understand how to arrive to the flag. Is a little very easy strategy, but you must trust me. You need to do that with pupils. From 6 to 8, they love it and they grow up step by step. Don't think that this is not useful or your kids in your country are smarter than this. No, it's not like that. Of course, someone is very quick, very smart, and they arrive to the end in few hours. No problem. They will play chess better, maybe with more enthusiasm. No problem. But in this way, you are giving a tool that is useful for everybody. And who has to go faster is okay for him. But what we need is to know that they are developed
Take all the flags
the
with the
natural
bishop,
way.
trying to find the shortest route. Try to do it in the number of moves shown in my speech bubble.
This is a third level. Now you have to take the flags, but you need to do that in 4 moves. Okay, not difficult to be, because you have many solutions, but of course you have to think.
Okay.
And for some child is very important. Of course, you are doing this with the bishop, but you have the same games with the knight, with the queen, with the rook, and it's challenging. If I made a mistake and I don't know, I lose one time, I'm not able to take them.
Whoops.
And what is nice is that you have to restart it from the beginning, but the position is not changed. And this is useful for many pupils to helping them in thinking and finding a strategy. Then you go on and you have another level, I mean in bishop, which means that we have also to work on the golden rules of the king, which mean check, checkmate, don't do illegal moves,
Move the
and so on.
bishops and put the black king in check 5 times.
Now you
may
start.
knock the walls down to chase him.
Now you start with this is the wall mini game. You have to break walls. You have to put the king 5 times in check, and this is nice for them. It could be something very easy or not. If you lose your bishop,
Oh dear, you'll have to start again.
so you can imagine. Also for teachers, I think teachers, they made a very difficult work because you must be in mission if you want to be a good teacher. And maybe they try to understand chess using Virtuo's house, because after that they understand that it's very easy to give chess.
Well done, you got it right.
And they spend a lot of time playing on Victor. Then you also have to control your king to defend him by the illegal moves. And sorry, today I have no download. I don't know why. My line is terrible. This is not a problem by the system, is my
With
local
the white
problem.
king, take the black flag on square h7 without playing any moves that aren't allowed. Although you're the only player, be careful not to place the king on any squares where he could be captured.
Okay, this is a nice game where you have to find the good way the only, or maybe
Okay.
two sometimes, but you have to think about where you have to go, and you cannot pass through where someone can capture you,
Whoops.
because you can try, but doesn't work.
Whoops.
And this is a solid element to be understood by pupils. You
Whoops.
know that what I'm showing you now, who is going to teach chess in schools, knows that is very important, because they do that normally. They pass through. And finally, you have the more stressing game that can be done online against the computer, or online with someone challenging you by distance. We have people that are playing.
With your bishop, take all the opposite colored flags without allowing the other bishop to capture him. The first player to collect all the opponent's flags or to capture the opponent's bishop wins.
You can understand that this is stressing, because someone is getting your flags. And this is more difficult for pupils, because really they are challenged by this. And of course, you can win.
Well done.
But you can lose.
You won.
And this is the first time where someone can beat you. Okay, could be the program could be a real boy, but change a lot for them. So, and this is the final game. After that, you can, of course, you can get back, you can find a challenger with you playing this, but also you can go to the final test when you are high level, low level. You have to also to go to final test. That is for this level the more difficult game. These are the room. You have 3 doors: lesson, games, and final test. You know that you are here. These are your points. This is the overall ranking, where you can see if you are the first, you are the second. We have around, in this moment, around 3,000 pupils active, I mean, using it, and so on. I see here. Well, after that, what I want to say is that finally we are going to be partnered with the important company we have in Italy, the biggest we have, that is the chess department store named Le Due Torri, 2 Rooks. Is the more important store in Italy, and now we are in partnership. They are helping us in change, in remake also the graphics of Victor, remaking also the language, because now is going to be done in JavaScript, and many other things. But now I invite, please, Miss Giulia Tonel, that is from Le Due Torri, Bologna, and she will tell us why they are following Victor.
Yeah, hello again.
With us. Thank you, Giulia.
And yes, I am representing Le Due Torri from Bologna, Italy. And it is a chess department store, as Alessandro said, but for this project, we wanted to support some renovation, mostly graphical and aesthetic, because kids are happy when they play, and they don't pay so much attention to the actual aspect and artwork of these games. But it is important that such a project, which is working very well in both schools and more private settlements, and it is important that it conveys the work and importance of the project, because chess are finally entering the homes and schools, and we need to convey much positive messages also to the families and parents. We believe in this, and thus we are happy to work with Alessandro and Alfiere Bianco, and with all these projects, which are finally covering the full Italian territory and also European territory. So we are really trying to renovate not only the artwork, but as Alessandro said, the technology. So going from Flash to JavaScript is a big step, actually. And the message of renovating such a project, which already worked well in both schools and we say chess schools, is a positive message, because you know, these days we are talking about technology in chess, so I think you are even more qualified than me to talk about technology and such softwares. But giving a facade, a more positive facade about artwork and technology is important. Maybe one of the biggest obstacles here is that not always in Italian schools we do have computers. You may have some troubles believing this, but actually this is an obstacle for us. But proposing such a project, which not only brings chess to schools for 15 hours, but also having 15 more hours where children bring their chess home and talk with their parents about what they did at school, and they are enthusiastic about it, is a massive progress for chess in general in Italy. And we need, as Alessandro said, the numbers are actually not so good, because too many people in Italy don't know basic rules of chess. And I do not mean playing chess at professional level. I just mean knowing the rules. So this work, it may seem a little superficial when we just talk about graphics, because as I said, the children do not care much about it. But it is a positive message for the whole community. And as you said, for the Queen's Gambit, it is very important for us all.
Yeah, thank you, Julia. Yes. Well, it's a little bit more famous, Victor, for pupils, I mean, than the Queen's Gambit in this moment.
Yeah, maybe more child friendly, that is.
Yeah. So, well, of course, you know, we have a lot of platform in the world, very strong, a bigger work than Victor Cesar. They are not so easy, maybe. They are not so light, but they are professional. Of course, it's a different kind of approach. Our approach was to make it very light, very easy for everybody, but successful, but useful, with good pedagogic elements in it. So you have seen. Well, we are closing. We have 5 minutes more for questions and answers. If you like to comment or to show you something, we are here. I'm sure that in many countries, maybe there is not a problem that pupils, they don't know the rules. When they come out from the family, they arrive knowing the rules, because in Armenia is like that. I'm sure they is a cultural element. They understand the game from 3-4 years of age, when the father or the sister can teach. And but in other countries is not like that. I see here Mr. Kevin O'Connell, that is actually the secretary of the Chess and Schools Commission, the Educational Commission of the FIDE. I would like to see him, if he can open the window. Okay, but maybe he's not really with us. So no questions. Thanks to everybody, and welcome to Victor. If you like to have more information, please write to info@alfierebianco.com. I will be really happy to provide you free accounts if you are a teacher, or the manual that is in open source, or the link where you can download. Here we have Kevin. Kevin, do you like to comment something?
I think you, Luis, and Julia have said pretty much everything. I can just say that I've known Victor for some years, and he's a somewhat friendlier cat than our next door neighbour's cat, who doesn't like to get too close. But Victor seems to be happy. I don't know quite what happens if you try and stroke him, or what happens if you offer him a bowl of milk.
Yeah.
But I recommend him as a cat.
Thank you. Okay. Well, okay. Thank you. I close here the registration.